Hey guys, Matt here, and I've got 3 quick reasons why both AMD and NVIDIA should have nice moves next week. So the first one we'll cover is AMD. And as you can see on my chart right here, I've drawn a very basic technical analysis tool, which is called a downtrend line. And it looks like, in my opinion, it's about to break. So the reason for that is we have a upcoming event. So this is one of the reasons anyways. So you can see here we have October 10th, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. We have the Advancing AI event. So what AMD is going to do is show us how their chips are helping to advance the cause of AI, which of course makes them money. So that is a nice forward-looking event. So again, the first reason the downtrend line is about to break, you got the forward-looking event, and then the third reason is we're seeing a lot of call buying. So this is a new tool that I found. It's relatively inexpensive. I'll tell you about that in a second. But you can see here we saw a lot of call buying yesterday. This particular tool is called the net drift tool. So in a nutshell, basically what it does is it tells you whether or not call buyers are in control or put buyers are in control that particular day. Now the direction of the stock doesn't necessarily have to follow what's happening, but it does tend to follow it. So as you can see here, right from the opening bell, call buyers stepped out of the gate and continued that through most of the day. And as well as that, the puts were dumped. So when I see nice call buying and I see puts dumped at the same time, that's a very, very clear statement to me that people who are with big bucks are buying enough call options to help propel the stock higher. And they think it's going to go higher probably for multiple days. And again, you'll see the same thing if you go back a couple days. Here's Thursday, you saw the same thing. So not a ton of call buying, only about 3 million opposed to 14 million yesterday, Friday. But you can see 2 days in a row, the same thing is indicative of what could be a multi-day move in AMD. So second one, of course, is NVIDIA. So let me pull that up for you. And again, same story. You've got a downtrend line that looks like it could be broken. So it's okay that the stock consolidated. We all want it to go higher all the time, but that's not reality. A lot of fund managers have been dumping shares and lightening their positions. If you saw David Tepper on CNBC last week, he said he's not buying into NVIDIA at this point. He's too skeptical. So there's a lot of skeptics out there. That's fine. Maybe that's what we need for the stock to go higher, is for those people to start piling back in. And maybe they'll do that if we break this downtrend line going into the end of the year. So that's the first reason for NVIDIA to move next week. The second reason is, guess what? Another forward-looking event. NVIDIA has an AI summit in Washington, D.C. starting on Monday. That should last through Wednesday. So, of course, you'll be getting a lot of use cases, most likely for AI. One of the big complaints has been, hey, AI is great. NVIDIA is selling all these chips, making all this money, but what can we actually use it for to help another company make money, right? So we're probably going to hear about that starting on Monday, which should help propel the stock higher. And then the third reason is using this data that I just shared with you on AMD, the net drift. Again, call buyers, look at yesterday. I'm sorry, this is October 2nd. So this is 2 days ago. You can see 28 million in calls were bought and $11 million worth of puts were dumped. So again, there is that confirmation. We have not only calls being bought, but puts being dumped. And then if we look at yesterday, or sorry, that was Wednesday. If you look at yesterday, it was kind of a non-event. So there'll be days where it's not much of a tell. So you had a little bit of call selling and a lot of put selling. So that's kind of a neutral day. But let's look at yesterday. Yesterday was Friday. So you can see here we started the day a little bearish. The stock gapped up and kind of flushed down. But once the market got its footing, you can see that call buyers stepped up big time, and we ended up with $45 million in net premium being bought on NVIDIA calls, and the puts were dumped heavily as well. So that's the kind of thing we need to see for a sustained uptrend, in my opinion, especially trying to break out of this stubborn downtrend that we've been in since summertime. So that's the 3 reasons that I think NVIDIA and AMD are going to go up next week, guys. So barring any kind of really negative news in the market. I know we have this thing in the Middle East going on, so that could potentially be a hindrance to any kind of move up, but I think eventually we'll get through it and we will close higher on both of these stocks by the end of next week. So you might want to look at some call options. That's up to you. I do have some myself. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If so, if you found it useful, it'd really help me out if you could do two things for me: the like button smash and the subscribe button. Hit that for me. So have a great rest of your weekend, guys. This is Matt, and I really appreciate you watching.